Good evening, this is Tom here, working on my layout tonight, and today's mail came in, and I got a DCC decoder for an engine that I'm getting, but that won't be coming in until next week. But I ordered a decoder from Bachman, and it came in right away, so that's another project. I'll show you that engine when I get it. And also that came in was the let me get this in here, the NCE Euro 6.3. It's a 6-circuit European style terminal block, and these what they look like. And what I did is I put some jumper wires on. And what I'm using this for is my DCC bus line, because I was using suitcases and they weren't making a good connection. And I have this 14 gauge wire. This stuff here, it's twisted, and it's 14 gauge. And what was happening is I would have to eventually solder the connections, and there's where there was a suitcase, and you see it cuts right through the wires. So suitcases aren't good on speaker wire. I don't know why. So what I did was I decided I'm going to just put terminal blocks. So I'm going to take the blue and the brown wire, put it in there, and then on the other side put it in here. And sorry for the hand, but it's gonna, then these wires will jump over, and then I can put my feeders on these terminals, so I can have 2 feeders going to this terminal block. And my layout, the way I have it, my BD20s, which are connected to the feeders, are relatively close by in some areas, so I can get 2 on there, and that's less connections I have to make on the bus line. So that's what I was working on today, and I didn't have any way to mount these underneath the layout, so because these holes are really small, and I had a number 4 screw, but the head was too big and it wasn't long enough, so I went out to Home Depot today and got these number 4 pan head Phillips by 1 inch. And number 4, that hole in between there is a number 4 size hole, and I can put this screw right in there. It's a little tight, but it goes in. And then what happens is, I'm going to it'll be like about that much in, if you can see that, about that much in to the wood underneath, so that's plenty to hold it. That way I can mount them underneath there and they're not dangling and stuff. So I already installed 3 of these and turned on my DCC system, and I had good current all the way around. So that's what I was working on. And then what I got coming down the pike is this KD 309 electric uncoupler. And I have the magnet ones in the track, and they, with the ballast on top and everything, and they don't really work that well. So this here, once you put it underneath the track, like the diagram here shows, in that picture there, what you do is you put a piece of aluminum foil underneath the track, and then that covers this unit, and then you can ballast this and it won't work. And that electric magnet is pretty strong. I didn't get it yet. It's being shipped now from KD, and I'm going to mount that. I found a section of track where I want to put it, and I just have to. I'm running a new bus line on my layout using this 14 wire, and I'm making a 16-volt DCC bus line, and then I'm going to have a sub-bus line of 12 volts. So it'll be, I have some more wire coming for the 12-volt line. You only need like 16 or 18 gauge, 16 gauge for that bus line. So then I got some, I got a buckboard coming that will allow me to regulate the voltage on the bus line, and when I tap into this bus line with the 12-volt bus line, I have that regulator on there, and I can regulate it down to this as output to 12 volts. So from 16 or 18 volts, whatever that power supply is that's coming in, will feed this line, and then I'll have a 12-volt DC bus line running alongside it, and then I can accessorize any of my DC stuff that's needed. That KD 309 uncoupler requires 16 volts DC to operate it. So, and then the boards that I'm getting, one's like I said, the buckboard, that'll reduce the voltage down to 12 volts for that 12 volts sub bus line. And then also I'm getting a timer relay board, which will turn on with this push button here. I'm going to be able to push that button and then turn on the electromagnet, and it'll only stay on for 20 seconds, 25 seconds, whatever I choose. The units are not meant to be left on all the time, so you have to use a momentary button, and I'm looking for a momentary button that'll work with that has an LED on the head, so that I'll know when I pushed it and it's on. And if you don't want the wait the 30 seconds, you can push the button again and it'll reset it, it'll turn it off. So it's going to be an interesting project, and I'll show you videos of that along the way. Once I get the boards in, I'll make a little setup here on my workbench and show you how I did it, and then I just transfer it over to my layout once I'm done. But that's all for today. You see, I have some cars on my workbench. I tried to put resistors on the wheels and didn't have much luck. And these are plastic axles, so I just put the resistor in the middle and painted it from side to side. But obviously either the paint didn't work right, or it's not solid, I don't know. So I gotta work on them and that sort of thing. You know, there's always something to do. But anyway, I just wanted to say hello to everybody and hope everybody's doing well. They called us up today and told us that we're going back to work starting next week, but I'm only going in on a Tuesday and Thursday, so that's not too bad. and I got Fridays off until for 8 weeks. We have every Friday off, so I'll have some more time to work on this stuff, and we'll keep it going. So this one bus line with these terminal blocks, once I get that back up, my layout will be back up in operation again. And from my last video, I had all kinds of problems with that one bus line, and now I got that figured out, and I can get the trains running again because I got JMRI and dispatcher working to schedule the trains to run and everything. So it's going to be interesting to see how I got two trains on the same track and the signals and how they'll work. So I'm real interested in seeing how that goes, and I'll do a video to show you all how it works out. So everybody have a good night, and we'll see you in the next video.